these different cyber criminals, you mentioned what they do and why they do them. What's the level of sophistication between the different types? Obviously, if you're hacking something like the Pentagon or the State Department or the DNC, you have a high level of sophistication. Are those typically groups of hackers? We know about Anonymous. That's a big hacking group that's well known, as opposed to more individualized, localized.
You know, the levels that they could range from are a wide range, but the biggest problem is they're sharing information.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, there's literally, I may butcher the name here, but I believe it's called Shodan. It's SHODAN. It's actually a Google, for hackers, where they list common exploits and stolen data. If someone runs across a security camera system that's at the default passwords, they're sharing the information, the IP addresses. So just all sorts of common breaches are actually being stored or shared in this, in essence, search engine for people looking to do malicious things.
Yeah, I heard when they do a big hack of a big company, and there's been quite a few that have been in the news, that sometimes that information, they'll just put that up for sale online for people to go buy. Am I correct with that?
That is definitely a possibility.
Now, the obvious question that comes to mind is, why are we not shutting down this Google of hackers?
I'm sure it depends on where it's located.
It's just not that simple.
That would be my assumption.
Right.
Once something, information, a photo, once it hits the internet is designed not to be able to be taken down. That was one of the core things when the DoD in the 70s started designing it, that it was impervious to nuclear attack, and now they've created this self-replicating machine, and it's protected by governments, entire governments. China doesn't want censorship of the data they're getting. They certainly want censorship of what their citizens are doing.
Right.
But you've got entire governments backing it up, and huge corporations, and not regular ones like Coke and Pepsi, but criminal corporations.